So again, warm welcome to the Marketing Mindset Masterclass. For those of you who are new to me, I'm Hannah. I'm a marketing strategy coach. My background has been in marketing and business basically since before I was probably legal to work. I was brought up in my family business in marketing and business development, where I spent a good 8 or 9 years now, forgotten, officially employed, mostly in the healthcare and fast-moving consumer goods industry in Malta. In 2015, I decided to take a leap of faith, quit my job, and found myself in the hills of the Himalayas in Nepal. And this is where I settled down. The last 4 years, this is when I started to come back in the working industry, primarily as a freelancer in social media management and content creation, and brand consultancy, but also as a blogger. And this is where I had huge challenges in the online space, and I found myself hustling. If you're familiar with that 24/7 hustle, it was horrible. I found myself burnt out over and over and over again. And I found myself so easily influenced by others in the market that I completely disconnected with myself. I became so misaligned with everything I was doing. And I knew there had to be another way around it. But primarily, what really happened to me on a personal level is that I found myself playing very small. I found myself, I'm just wondering if this is, I'll spotlight my video. I found myself exchanging time for money and exchanging time for peanuts, actually. I was charging literally peanuts per hour, and I was hustling to make it work, working, I don't know, odd number of hours per week. And this made me feel very small. I knew I had more potential. And what I realized as I reflect back is that when I closed that door on my career, when I started to, when I took a chance on a new life, I kind of blocked all of that skills and strengths and experiences with it. So for me, it was the end of last year and the beginning of this year was really about reclaiming that and seeing how I can deliver my expertise and skills and knowledge to other people. So this is when I started my coaching business, and it's something that I've always been speaking about as one of my dreams and aspirations. And 2020 was the year that it actually happened. Basically, COVID happened, and I had no other choice because I've lost all my freelance work. So this really pushed me. This really pushed me forward and share what I know with you and share all of that experience, especially on the online world and all I've been discovering in my own journey. Thank you, Adrian, for sharing, and thank you all for being here. Such an amazing group of people with so many skills, so many experiences and expertise that we have in this group. And I think this is really summing up my mission because I see so many experts out there who have so much to give, so much transformation and impact to create in other people's lives and struggling to get out there. So I think this is really part of my mission. So thank you for being part of it. And I hope that even if you leave today with one aha or one lesson, I think it's going to be a game changer for you. So let's dive right in. For me, this is something that still creeps up. It is the most important. It is the one that I hear most often. And it's being scared of what others might think of me. I think this is huge. This is the big stopper. I'm not sure if this is for all of you, if this resonates with all of you. I know Simon was an actor, is an actor, director, screenwriter. Oh, wait, I think I got that wrong. But used to being on the stage, the performer. And for me, for so many other people, this is a big stopper. When we start having those thoughts of people judging us and saying, who the hell does she think she is? I have had that, and it still creeps up. Now, how do I deal with it? Basically, I am the type of person who just wants to who needs to push through. So if showing up is something that I know is going to benefit others, then I keep that in mind. It's basically getting out of yourself and thinking, okay, if I actually take action, who is going to benefit from this? How am I going to benefit from this if I actually show up? And it's removing the pressure of ourselves and really putting the focus on who we're serving. When we give ourselves permission to do something for ourselves. When was the last time you gave yourself that? We heard from Mattia who left his financial career, to take that leap of faith into something that's going to bring him more purpose. Yes, perhaps we're still gaining ground. We're still trying to navigate and figure out, but how has that changed for you? How has that improved your lives? What I'm trying to get at is that every time I took a scary action, I was rewarded with so many benefits and opportunities and possibilities than if I had stayed in that. So when I look at my last 4 years that I was struggling to really come out there, the moment I did, I started getting rewarded. I started getting rewarded with more knowledge. I started getting rewarded with more collaborations, and I started getting rewarded with amazing clients, and some of which are in this group. So when was the last time we gave ourselves fully permission to be ourselves? Take that control back from other people. We put too much control, we put too much power on other people and what they think of us. And this is the new narrative that I had to put in to really help myself move forward, because I know that when I do, things are going to start coming towards me. How does this resonate? Maybe you can reflect on previous experiences in your life when you had to take that scary step forward. What helped you push through? What helped you push through? So maybe you want to think about that and reflect. If you want to share, you can write in the comments also, or if you have questions about it, you can put it there. This fear of judgment is most of the time is our own assumption as well, right? People who judge, they can judge. They're probably sitting behind their desks, not doing anything, and all they do is criticize and judge. Let them do their thing. But you shouldn't give them the power of your own actions, of your own life. Let the power come from here and don't leave it in other people's hands. These are the new narratives that I had to put into my head to kind of move forward. And this really affects us in our business. This showing up, what does that mean? Yeah, what I want to ask you is, is this showing up for you? How is this showing up for you? Can you find any truth in it? Can you find any truth in this idea of people are going to judge me? So if anyone here is ready to reclaim that power and take it back from the judgment people, tell me yay or nay in the comments. The second common belief that I hear is, I don't have a marketing or business degree. I've never done it before. Therefore, I don't know. Therefore, I suck at it. Therefore, I'm crap at it. This is something I hear all the time. And honestly, it's not rocket science. I have a marketing degree. Yes. I've had years in business. Yes. But this whole game of coming online, it's about connection. It's about connection. It's about relationships. Yes, you need to learn how to handle the tools. Yes, you need to learn certain tactics. And yes, you should have a strategy so you're not wasting your time and energy on things you don't need. And we're going to mention a few of them today. But I want to ask you today, do you have the skills and the strengths that could help others? Today, do you hold skills, strengths, expertise, personal life experiences that you can help others with? Do you know the value that your expertise and your strengths and your experiences has on these people's lives? So you do not need a marketing degree. You need to know how to solve a problem and how to communicate it. You need to know who you're trying to serve inside out, so that you can start creating content, messages in whatever format you feel the most comfortable and aligned with, that is going to connect with your audience. We want to connect with them on an emotional level. So if you understand what's really in their way, what's blocking them from being their better self in any form or manner, we need to be talking about that. Don't think it's obvious. We are faced with so many messages on social media and all the platforms every single day. I want to read a message that is going to go, whoa, that guy knows exactly what I'm dealing with. I want to know more. And then you start looking into it more. So no, you don't need a marketing degree. You need to understand your clients. That's your marketing degree. Simple. You need to take your power back. You need to believe in yourself. Know that your skills and your strengths and your experiences and your expertise can solve a problem. You need to know what that problem is and how it's affecting their life. And you need to know your solution and how that brings added value to their life. And if they don't handle it, if they don't deal with that, what are the stakes and consequences? These are the things you should be talking about in your message. These are the basic principles of connecting with your audience. I wouldn't call them principles. This is just knowing your audience. Let's not make things complicated. There's no secret formula over here. It's understanding who you are, who you're trying to serve, why and how. And once that clarity comes in, the rest will flow. You will know where to put that message. You will know who your ideal client is. Your offer will begin to make sense because you're crafting it especially for those type of people. And when it seems very narrow-minded and limited to kind of focus on an ideal client, and I hate to box people because I'm really the rebel in that. I hate to be put in a box. But if you guys are just starting out, or if you're trying to gain more impact, if you're trying to create more impact, if you're trying to become that authority in your space, if you're trying to be recognized as an authority in your space, believe me, I resisted this for years. I was so freaking hard-headed. I resisted it and I resisted it. What changed is when I decided to focus on a niche. And all of the other overwhelm and all of the other things I had to do and wanted to do, they kind of dropped and they just became focused. And when you have focus, you have more impact and you're more likely to succeed. Then you start growing it from there. If you have more niches, more groups, more types of people to target, then you grow it from there. But if you're trying to serve everybody and anybody, your message is just going to fall on deaf ears. And this is one of the common mistakes that we do with our marketing, because we think we can serve everybody. I'm sorry, you cannot serve everybody. Get over that. Get over that. You cannot serve everybody. So marketing is not about the technology. Marketing is about having the right solution for a specific person and delivering that message at the right time and in that right place. You can find many definitions of marketing, but for me, marketing is, in our case, is really about having a solution to solve a need, a problem, a desire, and reaching that person at the right time in the right place. That's it. So many good ideas and initiatives, but lack of focus, too big a task, don't know where to focus, where to start, and procrastination. Definitely. It's like, one of my coaches used to use a really horrible analogy, but it's like someone giving you an elephant to eat. I don't know why they use an elephant to eat. And trying to imagine eating this elephant in one go. It's impossible to even attempt that, right? You want to start bit by bit. So having that focus, narrowing down, trying to focus on a specific type of audience will give you more clarity, focus, and impact. And then start growing from there. Start widening your audience from there. I didn't do this before. This is another one. I never did online marketing. I never offered my services online. I only work in person. This is like telling me when you were born, you started running. No, you started walking, right? When you started crawling. And then you started walking, and then you started running. If you think of the first time you did something, maybe the first time in your career that you held a class or you had your first client, maybe you were a little bit nervous or jittery, or how did that feel? Now, how does it feel now? It feels natural. You enjoy it, you love it, because you've practiced it, you've embodied it, you understand it. And this is the same with marketing. And this is why I call my program Embody Marketing with Ease, because it's really about embodying that message, embodying who you are and who you're trying to serve. That's when we start flowing. That's when things start flowing. So how many times have you done something for the first time? And you were very scared to do it, but you did it anyway, right? And now it became second nature, it became very natural for you. It's the same thing. This is the same thing. So yes, as I said already, you need some clarity, you need the strategy. For example, when I talk about strategy, you need to know how you're going to start getting new contacts, what's going to happen when you have new contacts, how are you going to nurture them, how are you going to get them to know you and like you and trust you, so that they finally are more comfortable to pay you for your services, right? Going back to the tech stuff, there are tutorials on YouTube everywhere. And if it's something you really still don't understand, find a techie to do it for you. Most of the time, it's a 5-minute job. Ask. Don't be afraid to ask. If there's something you haven't done before, first of all, Google it. It's probably out there. And if you still don't understand it, ask. Be in communities where you can ask for help. Don't try and do everything alone. We're solo entrepreneurs, yes, but you should not be alone. You should never be alone. Always have a support system where you can ask, or a mentor or a coach, whoever that may be. It doesn't need to be me. It can be whoever you gel with. But always be in a space where you have someone to go to, or in a community where you know you can reach out for help. Everyone's supporting each other in their business. So the next one, which is also really common, is I don't like to sell myself. I don't like self-promotion. I don't like self-marketing. This might be a bit harsh, but get over yourself. Get over yourself. This is nothing to do with self-marketing. If you're in the business of serving others, if you came into this space to share your knowledge and create an impact and transform other people's lives, better their lives, improve their quality of life in whatever form, manner you're doing it in, it is not about you. And neither is your marketing. Yes, you need to know that you know your things. Yes, I do share testimonials when I receive them. But this is because I've actually served someone and that testimonial came in. Your message should always be about serving others. Create content that adds value. That's how people see you as an expert in your field. That's how people start to move from knowing you to trusting you, because they see that you know your stuff. They see that you understand them. Please take note of this. People buy from you when they understand. People buy from you when they feel understood, not when they understand you. People buy from you when they feel understood, not when they understand you. Everybody wants to be seen. and heard and felt and valued. So again, make your marketing message about serving them. Make it about them and not about yourself. So get over yourself. Let's go on to the next one. I want to build a website, or I'm building a website, or I've been spending months on my website so that people will come to me. Okay, you're going to build that website. You're going to spend time, energy, money. Probably you're paying someone to do it. You're going to go into this whole branding thing about choosing colors and what they mean and all of that shebang. And then you're going to wait and wait and wait for people to somehow land on your website. Yes, there are many tools. I definitely encourage to have SEO experts in your team and all of that. But honestly, if you're just getting started, maybe for Kevin's sake, this is something different because you're operating via an organization, and I think that should definitely be there. But for the sake of the group who are solo entrepreneurs and relatively new in the space, having a fancy website and not doing the work, not doing the engagement, not doing the connection and building relationships is really not going to do anything for you, because you need to gain trust in the field. People need to know you and trust you. I'm not saying don't have a website. I have a website, but I think I've got 0 clients from it. All my clients came from social media. My clients all come from social media. You all got to know me from social media. The next one is I'm stupid when it comes to technology. Guess what? So am I. I don't always get it on the first go. Sometimes I get super impatient and nervous and I just shut the whole thing down. First of all, why are you using it? What's its purpose? I've spent so much time trying to build sales funnels and this and that. At the end of the day, you need to send traffic to these places. And how are you going to send traffic? Either organically or paid. Now, paid ads, they need to be super effective. You need to be very engaging. I recommend doing videos, perhaps. But if people don't know you, are they really going to click on your ad? Are you really targeting the right people? Or are you just like throwing it randomly? Then that message again is going to become diluted, right? So when we talk about technology, we talk about the email marketing softwares, we talk about sales funnels. What else do we have? What happens, as Simon said, sometimes maybe you're not even in that frame of mind of trying to learn something new. So I think at that point, if you're getting nervous, just step back from it. But do try it again when you're a bit more calm with clarity, because most of the time what happens is that you would have probably missed a step. And then, oh, something doesn't work and it's done, this is too complicated, this is shit, this doesn't work, this program sucks, this program is too complicated, blah, 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 blah. That's a perfectly good point. Definitely, you need to find out if it's something that's really holding you back and you really can't have the solution after you've tried. Don't keep on wasting time on it. Don't keep holding yourself back because of this one tech thing. And try and see what are other ways around it. Like Simon found another way around it. He didn't need this MailChimp at the end. I signed up and I received what he was offering. So find other solutions, ask for help, pay for it. Whatever it is, don't let these things hold you back. Don't start making the excuses. Don't make this be another reason for procrastination. The next one I've heard, and I think you guys have what to offer, but it's, I don't have anything to offer, so I'm not going online. This means that you are not ready to start building your audience. And that's a big problem. Because if you think you're going to come online, blast your offer, and disappear again, who the hell is going to trust you? Especially online. When we're talking about giving money to people over the internet, we're already a skeptical race in this area. You know, we're all skeptical about it. And then suddenly you're going to have someone who comes in, shoots their offer, and backs off again, not to be seen until she decides to start selling something else or he decides to start selling something else. Be consistent. Even if you don't have an offer right now, which I believe is utter rubbish because you all have something to offer, don't forget, trust takes a long time to build and it can be broken in a second. You want to be consistent in building your audience, in creating that relationship with people. So really understand, again, it goes back to the basics of what I spoke about earlier. Who is currently in your audience? Who are you currently trying to serve? Are they people you would love to work with right now or not? If not, then you need to rethink and start either, if you want to serve the people in your audience, then you need to think about what they need. But if you need to create a completely new audience, then this is something you need to be actively working on. What do they need right now? Why is this important to them? And how can you serve them right now in this stage? You will always have something to give them. If you don't know any of these, if you don't know how to answer any of these questions of who your ideal client is, what are their desires, what are their pain points, and all of that, message me. I have a masterclass on that, which is free access. So just message me on that. The next one is actually, I don't understand Facebook ads or Google ads. So this is something I've already touched on. And it's okay that you don't understand them because that's why you have experts in this field. But you really do need to understand what you need to do before you think of doing ads. Again, doing ads by themselves and not doing any of the organic outreach for me is, again, hiding behind something. People want to see you showing up consistently in an organic manner. We want to connect. We want to be relevant and on point with our audience so that they trust us to take that journey. At the end of the day, they're trusting us to take them on a journey. The next one is I need to create graphics. So I need to be good with creating graphics for my Facebook posts. And I'm not so good at designing. This is really utter rubbish. Yes, when people create these memes and graphics and whatever, they might be inspiring to look at. But are you really building a relationship with that person who's posting them? Does it say anything really about them and what they're doing? I was on a call with one person who used to create and post 5 memes per day for his Facebook page. First of all, what a bloody waste of time. When you could have probably easily spent that time actually getting on a call with a prospective client or just going on video and sharing some value, sharing this one tip for the day, and people are going to start getting to know you. And secondly, on a Facebook page that you refuse to invest in, Facebook created the business pages for businesses. Facebook is a social media platform which requires us to be social. Your business page, if you really want to get the reach, you need to pay for it. I have started putting some energy into my Facebook page now because I'm going to start experimenting with these video views so that later I can start advertising. But it's really not the place where I make connections. It's really not the place where I emotionally connect with people. I do that on my profile. I do that in my group. This is when we can build relationships with people. You add value, you start conversations. But you need to give them enough that they can start trusting you, enough value that they're going to take, small tips, small steps that they can implement in their life so that they can see that result. They can understand that this can work for them. So again, we're talking about content. Forget the memes, forget the graphics. People want to see you as your teacher, as your guide, as the mentor. They want to see you. They want to build that relationship with you. What message is going to connect with them? What's going to resonate with them? Perhaps you went through something similar that they are going through, and you can share that experience and how you overcame them. Like how I share my experience about exchanging time for money to actually starting to build a business. Because I too want freedom, I too want abundance, I too want to create an impact. And if I'm going to continue selling time for money, I'm going to remain stuck, not serving anybody, not even serving myself, let alone others. What are your experiences that can help others guide their way? When it comes to content, these memes that you put it like nice quotes and whatever, yes, they're nice, yes, they're inspiring. But we don't only want to inspire, we want to inspire action. We want people to take what they've learned from you, implement it. You want them to come back for more. Your content needs to inspire action, to come and work with you, to take those necessary steps on their journey. There are a lot of people who think that to be successful, you need to have a big audience. Wrong. It's not about the quantity, it's about the quality. I'll share with you, when I started my coaching, I was on the verge of accepting to niche down, finally. I knew I had to do it. I mean, I've been doing marketing for so long. But on a personal level, I kept on refusing it. What happened when I started my coaching business? I posted amazing content that inspired people. And the ego boost it gave me was amazing. Wow, Han, so inspiring. Love what you do, blah, blah, blah. Hearts and love and congratulations. Okay, and then crickets, nothing. When I decided to suck it up, really focus on working with wellness professionals, because it pains me to see people with so much tools and techniques to help others stay back. That was for me a newfound purpose, because I've been on the receiving end of various therapies and alternative therapies or whatever. So my message finally became very clear. My message became very clear. And I have people messaging me saying, your message is just hit right on the nail. You just explained exactly what I'm going through in detail. Now that's the power of storytelling. That's the power of connecting with your audience. So again, these graphics and these memes and these big audiences that you think you need to have, because people say how to grow your following to 10,000 and all of these things. There's a woman who grew her audience to something like 100K or something on Instagram, and she couldn't sell one t-shirt from her brand. A t-shirt. Can you imagine? 100K followers or something stupid like that. And this woman couldn't even, I want to look up, I can't remember her name, but she couldn't even sell one t-shirt at the end of the day. So it really means nothing. Quality over quantity all the time. Remember, please remember that. Please remember that. And finally, and I know that Monica recently broke through this. I know Adrian is breaking through this. Tracy also. Simon, no problem, because he actually created his Facebook profile for his business. But your Facebook profile, if you tell me like, oh, but it's for my friends and my family, like, what do you mean it's for your friends and your family? They have control, they have power on what you post on your profile. When we start making connections, when we start interacting and engaging with people online, inevitably they're going to check you out. They want to know more about you. If they've seen something interesting that you've posted somewhere or whatever, they want to come and check you out. And when they check you out, if all they see is babies and kittens and puppies, that says nothing about you or what you do, and they immediately close it. Your Facebook profile, although you do need to be aware and careful, because Facebook obviously as a business wants you to use your page, but your Facebook profile can be optimized and can start generating leads for you if you use it correctly and in the right form. Make sure that your Facebook profile explains what you do. Give people a reason to dig deeper into what you're doing, because this, you might be literally leaving out so many potential clients because all they see is babies and puppies or whatever, your grandchildren or your whatever it is, whatever else is going on in your life. Or even worse, a completely private blocked profile, which in my world, in my mind, will just say dodgy business, bye bye. When I receive personal friend requests with nothing, absolutely nothing on their profile, I say no, thank you, ciao. And always remember that probably your family and your friends are most likely not going to be your ideal clients. So they might give you the love, they might give you the likes and whatever, and say, wow, congratulations, and this and that, how nice. But they are most likely not going to be your ideal clients. So think about the connections, think about your outer circles and where you can be making them, where you can be making those connections. These are some of the beliefs and narratives around marketing. And I hope that gave you some insight. I want to open up for any questions. I can see Mattia has sent a question. How do you get